Hey family, I said I would do a short video on some of the dreams my children have had regarding the darkness, and a couple of my children, or a few of my children actually, they're just not dreamers, or at least they don't remember their dreams, but God did give them a couple dreams that I know are significant. They were not looking for that. But in our devotions, one night, they did ask if they could have a dream from God to confirm what is going on. And wow, does he ever answer prayer in his time? Of course, it wasn't right away, but it was not long after. So my one daughter, who is she is globally disabled, so she can't read very well, like grade 1 level, and she is 16, but academically very low. But she loves the Lord and she knows the way of salvation. And she had asked, but I think she was hoping for a more happy rapture type of dream. But anyways, in her dream, she was outside jumping on the trampoline. And our trampoline used to be right there, and in the summer is where it is, but we take it down for the winter. And she was jumping on the trampoline, and all of a sudden she said she noticed in the sky there was this red star, or was it red? Yes, a red star beside the word destroyer. Now, she normally would not be able to read destroyer, and she certainly would not have thought of that on her own whatsoever. And she said when she saw that, she knew that the darkness was coming. And so she and the other kiddos that were outside ran inside the house. And she said, there was a star beside the word destroyer. She ran inside the house, and she said, I was already getting the house all ready, very happy. She said, I said, guys, that means the rapture's happening any minute. And she said, we were happy, we were not afraid once we were inside the house. And that was pretty much the end of her dream. She knew the darkness was coming. Oh, and she even saw it progressively coming as when she looked up, and then she saw that everything started to go down, like dimming. It was almost like a dimmer switch, and the darkness started to come and the light started to fade. And she said it wasn't normal darkness. It had a feeling to it, and it was not nice. But once she got inside, she was happy and fine. So that is one of my daughter's dreams. And my other daughter, she is 11, and she never dreams. And she is very, very practical with a capital P, and a realist. And so this is not something that she would think of. But she said they were playing outside with the neighbors, and all of a sudden it started to get darker. And she said it was, again, a spiritual feeling. She knew it was spiritual. And she heard the trumpets. She heard the trumpets, and she ran inside the house with her friends, and the darkness went away, she said. And then the neighbors went home, and we thought everything was going to be normal. And then we went to go out, and that's when the darkness actually came. So I don't know what that means, or if that just means that all of us were prepared beforehand, but it didn't quite come at that time. But she said when she heard the trumpets, she knew that that meant rapture. And so that's amazing. And I'm so thankful that her in particular had that dream, because it's just not something she's just so practical that it was a really like a wink from God that brought her just to the space where she can see that God can speak to her in unique ways like that. And so, anyways, again, rapture each time at the same time as darkness coming. So, anyways, I will share my other children's ones in another video. Love you guys.